Okay, so let's have a look at our HTML or web display tool. I've loaded up a scene already where I've got an HTML tool added into the toolbar. So first of all, if we click on that and then click anywhere on the screen, you'll then see that in this case our home page is being displayed, and whilst we're in this mode we can scroll, we can click on the links, so we can go to any particular section that we want and navigate through this live web page. Okay, so let's say we want to annotate over the web page. Then we need to click on the web lock button, which is at the top. So click on web lock. Now you'll see that the web page is placed into the background and the tools become active. We can now use any of the tools that we've added into the toolbar to draw over the actual web page itself. Also, what you can do is that you can also use the rectangle zooms to highlight and zoom up any particular portion of a web page, and that could have animated videos, or it could contain animations as well as video clips, and they will play in the background of the web page, and you can also then annotate over them. So how this works is that we can then use this to either look at real-time live web pages that are currently on the web right now, or you can point the web tool to look at an intranet web page, or even a web page or an index page that is located on your computer, which might have maybe video files or animations or still images that you want to use as backgrounds. So okay, in the next section we're going to have a look at how we can set up this HTML tool. So for now we're going to clear that zoom so that we go back to the page. Of course, if you wanted to navigate on any of the links within the web page, you need to unlock it once more. Okay, and now you'll have control of the web page itself, and if you want to clear the web page and go back to the original background, just click on clear web, and then we'll see our original background being displayed back again. Okay, so let's see how we can set up the web tool. So I'm going to click on new scene to start from scratch. Click on the tools button, and here from the list I'm going to choose HTML. I'm actually going to add in a couple of 2 or 3 buttons so that we can set these up to point to different URLs. So now by default, whenever you add the web button into the toolbar, if you don't set up the URL, then by default it will go to our home web page. So let's just clear that and show you how you can set up the URLs. So if we click open the configuration box, click on the URL, and if we go into point samples, I've pre-created some URLs already. So let's say we want to add BBC News as one of our websites. Let's click and open up our second HTML tool, and I'm going to add in a clips and select OK, and then on the third one we can click and open up our config, and let's click on YouTube. Okay, so now we have 3 HTML buttons added into our toolbar, each pointing to a different URL, and now you'll notice that we've also got a label text that you can add to each button so that you know where you're going. So let's change that to click on that and say BBC. Okay, and now the label changes, so we'll add that to the Next tool, click on sports, and for the third label we'll click on YouTube. Okay, so now we've got our three things within there. So the text file that defines the URL has to be made previously, and in the next section, in the advanced sections, we'll show you how you can make up those URLs. Okay, so now let's just check that we are pointing to the right web pages. So if I click on the first one, which should be the BBC, it should take us to the BBC News website, and there we go. So we can now scroll and display real-time web pages. Again, let's clear that, and if we click on the YouTube one, we'll see that we can go directly into our YouTube. Okay, so again, with the YouTube videos, I'm just going to drop the audio from here down. You can play and display real-time videos. So I can also click on web lock, and let's use the rectangle to actually zoom that video up to full screen. Okay, and now if we had any other tools within here, we could also use those to annotate over any web video. So this is how you can quickly bring in YouTube clips. So if you've got you know, your videos on YouTube, you can quite easily bring them in from wherever you are. And now I'm going to show you something else, which is how we can bring in sports or any video clips from the local computer. So in here I have a Java-based application which is freely available on the internet, and this allows me to basically thumbnail all of the video clips in a particular folder, and now I can click on any video, bring it up, and again, if I wanted to
again founded in England, but it's Brazil.
Navigate to any particular video clip, and again you can use that to draw over and annotate over. So this basically shows you how you can bring the web tool in to work in different ways depending on how you want to do your presentation.